You're good to go. Yep, you're good to go. Have fun, guys.
Everything we go over tonight is not financial advice, just our opinions. So don't take it as a grain of salt. We're not giving buy or sell signals on anything. Just pretty much going over what our predictions are and what we're going to be doing in the market these next couple of days. And that's it. Do a little called Eve when you what's that little thing called that I just forget what it's called. Anyway, so what's up, Pete? How you been doing? We had you on a couple weeks back. Doing great. Y'all hear me okay? Yeah, now we got it. Fine. Yeah, no, I went down, as you know, South Florida. Got you some nice cigars. Yes, sir. Visited the in-laws for Thanksgiving. I hadn't been trading a whole lot. I've been really busy with work, doing a lot of research, just working on plays. Uh, Other than that, we're just excited to pick your brain tonight, see what we can pull out of you. Half the time, I don't even know what the hell's going on. So what do you got? What traded so well this week? Anything at all, or just now? You talking about that dare play? That was nasty. So that came to fruition. It's been on a nice creep, and then boom, and it just has a huge hit. The stall held out all day, kind of hurt us on the return. We would have done a lot better, but I mean, yeah, no, Dare was fire, man. We've been holding that for a while, so it's nice when you see your plan, come to fruition, especially because of how risky it was. But I had so much conviction. I was like, you know what? I got no problem going 75% position into this play, and it worked out. It was nice. I know everybody was pumped. I seen a lot of profit shots in the profit section and in the 1K challenge section. So that was really nice to see. And if y'all watching this, you come across this podcast, we really jump into it, and you're not in the Discord, hit the link down below. It's free. We talk about trading all day. We goof off. We have a lot of fun. And it's free. It'll always be free. We help each other build, grow, and pretty much learn. We all work together and free supportive community of traders working together is pretty much what it is. So hit us up, join us, have some fucking fun with us. But yeah, so Dare paid well. What else did we trade this week? I was working on that outfit last time. I got a little, I'm getting a little closer to fine tune. I got MKD. They caught at I believe 18.5, whatever it popped. I got in it at 19 and a half cents. It's running 27. So it's at like 38, 30. Yes, best offer I think so far. We caught it at 56, and I got in on the first head and shoulders on the 15 at 58 and a half. And it's running 18 now, so it's over 60%. Wow. That's basically all. I didn't even see that. I didn't even see that one PBTS. Didn't even hit any of my scanners. Did it dump or something? Yo, numbers, you still around? They're saying they can't hear us. Any technical stuff here, so I'm like the least computer savvy person in the world here. I think numbers is gone. Yeah, I don't think Crispy's right in there that he can't hear us. Let's try and fix this here. Let me see if I can log in to something. Fuck, yo. Me when this shit happens because I have no idea how to fix it. Yeah, I don't know how to fix this, man. I don't know. Yo, can y'all hear us better? What if we yell? You hear us now? Okay. Yeah, the number's dumb too, so hold on. I mean, I can hear you too, but they can't hear us. Important, I guess, you know? Yeah. Yeah, man. This is annoying. Is your volume all the way up and everything too? Oh, yeah. Yeah, you know what? Hold on. I'm gonna hop on my phone. How about now, guys? Can you hear us now? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Crispy, crispy clean. Good. Anyway, we need numbers to fix the volume. It sucks. It's not answering. They can't hear us. Alright, whatever. We're gonna have to just kind of yell, I guess. I don't know what else to do here. Numbers kind of got us in a jam now. I don't know if we can, if it makes help yell. Just said better, so he can hear us a little better. So let's be a little bit louder, I guess. Anyways, go ahead. What were we talking about? DBTS. What I got it earlier. That was just one of those. The guy under the radar wouldn't really hit anybody's standards based on what I was looking for, and it's basically exactly what I was looking for. I mean, it's gonna slow climb back up to $1, and I can't really complain. Talking 80, 90%. Yeah. Penny stocks. Penny Smith. Has it? What is it? How much has it been running daily? Just like a little bit. I didn't see it going at all. But I see the fucking where it dropped and where it popped. 3 to 7% a day. Yeah. Like PBT, right? Yeah. Power Bridge Technologies. Wow, it's already at 80. It's on that. It's got a nice little squeeze going. What'd you get in at 56 or 8.5? What was it? 58 and a half. 58 and a half. Nice. Okay, so yeah, it's moving up little bits at a day. 4.8% today. Looks like 5%, 6%, 7, 4. Nice. Alrighty. That's like my FCV, man. We've been in this play FCV for a couple months. It's gone from $7 to over 14, just on a slow grind every day. Just 5%. Just enough to stay out of the way. Yep, just enough to not hit any scanners. Just moving on up. Yeah, now it's holding over 14 today, so next stop 15. I found this when I went back and researched it. It does about the same thing. It'll run from anywhere from 50 to 60 to $1.20, and it'll pull it back down. Yeah. It doesn't start getting every $10. It goes back on the way down. So that's a nice. It was a nice find. I mean, I've done a lot of day trading. I've been busy with work now, but do you hop in? Do you hop in any of the EFOI or? I know I'm pretty sure you hopped in ISIG with me, and what was another one? BKKT, right? You hopped in one of those, two of those three, right? Yeah, I scalped BKKT. Yeah, that was nice. Yeah. ISIG I went in blind, and it ended up it went another 150 today. I today I was walking my dog and I got that message and I just bought. It was like 2,000 chicken. I only wanted like 30%, bro. I sold it like 30%, and then I watched it today. It was like $85, the high of the day. I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me, bro. I was like, why does this keep happening where I just paper hand everything? But had a nice grind the past few days. Which one? Dino. Oh yeah. Dino's on the weekend. Solid play. It moves. Whatever. Yeah, when it catches volume, I'm pretty sure I want to get a mic on it. When it catches volume, it snaps. It's like ISID, FTPN, all these stocks got such micro floats that we can catch that they don't need much volume, and then when they get that, that 100 mil volume day, forget about it. I like to hear people that don't have time, to devote to watching something basically all day to stay away from microflows as best they can. Yeah. Bathroom, come back, and you're down 20. Yep, I've done it. Fine. Whoa, what the hell happened here? CNC with after hours? Yep. Jesus Christ, yo, I had a short on this. I just got squeezed. Your boy not live. You guys get to see it live right now. After hours, no stop loss. I thought I covered. Nope. It's only a few. Well, I'm down 30%, so. Was up 5%, though. I was up 5% quarter in the cover. I guess I did. Oh, shit. Sorry. Understand the dynamics behind it. They'll see a lot of YouTube videos. What? Yeah. It's good to know. I'm aware of it. I'll just catch care of it. But okay, all right. So they're saying that they can't hear you now since your mic or whatever. I think maybe take the headphones out and just put your volume on your phone. All right, let me. Yeah. He says I can hear Number's wife yelling at him. Better than I can hear you guys. Headphones. I'm sick right now. Let's see it. Yeah. Dirty hamster. Alright, well, hold on for me. He's fixing everything with his mic. Can you hear me now? Yeah, we can hear you. Is that better? See if they can hear me now. Let me see if they can hear you. Everybody hear him now? Can y'all hear me? We're going over some squeeze plays, right? We're gonna go over some squeeze plays, how they start, and what really actually defines a squeeze. Because I know a lot of people, especially like the Weeble comments, people that come in the room, Discord fresh from Mike, whatever, Wall Street Bets and Reddit, all that stuff. They think everything that runs is just a squeeze, and it's just not. It's not the fact. So, um, you go first. Tell me what your thoughts, some facts that you know about squeezes. One use AMC as an example, or GME. Really, GME would probably be the better example. 'Cause I feel like a lot of AMC was kind of just institutional pumps.
It was, and I mean, towards the big thought. Same thing with GME. I mean, I'd rather talk about the future than the past. I mean, I think we got the next one, Nader, actually.
Oh yeah, Gator's a good one for sure. And there's another one too. I'm looking at an eyeing that's got that's got word. Which one was it? Let me pull it up. I think it's actually ISIG. Is the one that it's pretty sure that percent. Let me pull it up real quick.
Yeah.
Short squeezes.
One thing I like to talk about is what makes a good squeeze candidate. So, I mean, I like to use Ader because we have a lot of people in Ader, and Ader's a great candidate. Um, what when you're looking for squeezes, what are you looking for? Other than just a high SI, and just because there's a high SI doesn't necessarily mean it's a good candidate for a squeeze.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, a lot of, especially with like a squeeze, so you want to have. Usually, what I like to look for is I like to see the float. I go to my scanner and I'll see how much of the float is owned by institutions. I'll see how much of the float is owned by um, institutions, corporations, and then I'll see how much of the float is owned by others, which is us, the retail traders. I like to see a lot of the float owned, right? Because a lot of the float's owned, a lot of the float's being held, it's a better candidate to squeeze. I also like to watch the options, especially if the stock has options, obviously. I watch the options because you can go from one level of just squeezing to a whole other level when there's options on the stock. If there's options on the stock, they end up in the money. You're talking about it can be a multi-million move, like where it just keeps going and going and going, like we saw with GME and AMC.
That was right.
And Smart too. Smart was the other one where a lot of the options ended up in the money. Frog, a lot of options ended up in the money. They got executed and they pushed the stock higher. Frog was just a big float. It ended up going almost 1,000%. Especially in my opinion, that expired in the money. So I like to look for the float being bought up, owned, held. Not the turnover rate. I like to keep a lot lower on a squeeze play. I don't want to see as much turnover as I do on like a day trade. I like to see a lot of turnover, a lot of movement. But on a squeeze, I want to watch weeks before it's squeezing, right? I'm watching the turnover. I want to see that people are buying it and they're holding it. They're not just buying it and flipping it. And also, I guess the short interest, obviously, but I really don't look at short interest. I look more for the percentage of the float that's short, more opposed to the short interest because I've seen SI super high and it's not really making any difference. Like people are going to short and they're going to pay the short interest. They don't give a fuck. They're going to make their money on the short. It doesn't matter. The percentage of the float that's holding short is what I'm worried about. 30-40% over is when I start to look at squeeze.
So SI, when I say SI, I mean percent of the float as being short. So when you were talking there, you were describing two different types of squeezes. So we are talking about a gamma squeeze, which is not necessarily a short squeeze.
Yeah, no, it's for sure. You're right. Yeah, I probably should be a little more clear.
And shorts get squeezed, which causes both of those. One powered by shorts covering immediately, and one's covered by options being executed, and the float being bought and bought and bought and bought and bought. So, like in Ader's case, I believe Ader is a short squeeze candidate, and I believe because basically most of the float is owned, the average share, I believe, is 30.
Yeah, I think it's 13. The average shareholder's position's at like 13.
you have 40% of the float that's owned higher than $13.
Yeah.
That means they were shorted down, right? So they were shorted down to what, 350 last week, right? Something like that. 385.
Yeah, they got shorted hard today again.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's not going much lower. It's not going bankrupt. I'm not worried about that.
Yeah.
So,
right.
And
the average cost. So you got average cost 13.28 right now. So that means you got a lot of bag holders. I'm telling you, Hater's got a lot of bag holders, but they're so high up there that we're going to be so far in the money that those bag holders don't really matter. By the time we get to them, it can cause a little turbulence, whatever. We're going to be up 100% by then.
Exactly. Those bag holders they're supporting the I don't want to call it a squeeze. It'll squeeze if it pops anywhere near that, it'll fly.
Yeah.
No, but, I mean, if it runs to 10, 12, it'll just get shorted right back down because those guys, at 13, 15, 18, they're holding the bag. They're not going to sell because they're not taking loss. And they're not averaging down because I don't know why.
Well, once they see the movement, that's what is also going to help this squeeze is you have these bag holders up in the 13s and the 19s, and when it starts to move, right now, like they might not be as tempted because it kind of confirmed a reversal, but then it pulled back today. So if I was bag holding Hater, I would have waited for like a clear confirm on that reversal. But I tend to try to not bag hold, but I do bag hold sometimes, right? I conviction to hold, I don't mind holding, especially something like Hater that could be a potential 10 bagger short squeeze, which could turn into a gamma squeeze because once it starts to squeeze, people will then start to buy options, and the options chain will start to fill up, and then those options will end up in the money, and then that's what really triggers, in my opinion, the gamma is first you have the short squeeze, and then people are seeing the attention, and you got the option traders that jump in,
and it'll just go.
And then it goes. So I think once we get over like a confirmed reversal, we're going to see a lot of these bag holders start to buy, and that's going to start to really push it. We had a good solid 2 days. 20% pulled back like 5-7%. We had another 25% day. It's a shame that it sold off today, but I'm not really too worried about it. I just keep adding it.
Selling off. I wouldn't call that sell-off. I mean, I think it confirmed reversal down last week on Wednesday. Whenever it came, you'll see it come back and confirm into an uptrend. Off that 385, down to something like that.
Wait, what happened? Yo, look at the chat. What's going on? Voices and plates. What the hell? They can't even hear us, yo. No one can even hear us right now, I guess.
No.
I don't know. I read Loch Ness just signed out. He said that he can't even hear us. Just a lot of clanking of plates and a lot of voices. I guess I don't even hear numbers, but I guess they were able to hear numbers despite yelling at them.
Clanking of plates?
Yeah, I don't hear anything clanking like that. I don't know, dentist.
Maybe number
especially retail traders. They just see a rumor, Amazon.
Yeah, you hold on to it, and as it goes down, buy on the dip spikes, and as soon as you see a reversal, you just triple your position, and then boom, a 40% return right there. And it's
Yo,
top.
I think maybe one time we might have went red on Dare. I wanted a little bit lower of a pullback to get in originally. I remember we waited like a day, and then eventually I was just like, yo, this thing is holding true right around 1.6. It was just holding true. I was like, we're not getting 1.5, and we just got in. It was about a month ago too. It was almost a month play. We're trying to keep this. If you're not in, if you stumble upon this and you listen to all the plates and all the and numbers wife yelling at him, and you decide to stick around and hear about the short squeeze. You get to this portion of the video, we're running a challenge in the Discord. We're doing 1K to 10K. We're about a quarter of the way there. We've done 3 plays. We're at 20. I'm out 26.50. Look, some people a little bit higher, some people a little bit lower. But Dare was one of our high conviction catalysts. 1K challenge plays, and we're trying to contain them to like a month long play. And that's what we've been doing, and it's been working out so far. But anyways, so Dare, I don't think it went red once. And what happened with Dare was, remember, we were sitting quiet for like a good 2 weeks. We hadn't gotten into a swing, and that was because between me and Wonder, we were doing DD every day after fucking trading hours on the weekends. I spent like 2 whole weekends flipping through, the FDA calendars, flipping through this, flipping through that, charting, looking at this, what's near all time lows, what's got coming up. Because it's hard work when you're trying to find like a high conviction. Like, I know this is what this play is going to do. This is the data that backs it. Start with a hypothesis, back it with data, and then come in with a plan. And the first play came to us, right? So one of the dudes in the Discord gave it to us. So it came to us. So that was nice. It was nice and easy. Second play, Wonder gave us, was a nice 30-40% play. He already had it, the write up on it, conviction on it, and then this one was like when we had nothing. We didn't have any charts we had looked at, so it took us a little bit to find it. We were going to do LGVN, and that would have been nice because we could have went from LGVN into Dare, but because we alerted it already as a swing, I didn't want to also alert it as the challenge because a lot of people already had positions in it, and I don't want to fuck people up if they had a separate portfolio for the challenge like I do.
I think that's a good point right there that you just brought up. So what you just talked about with you and Wonder and what you did, if you're not an experienced day trader or an experienced swing trader, or know what to look for in a chart, or know, immediately like, no, I'm not touching this, then that's what you should be doing on any play that you want to enter. Like, if you don't know what you're buying something that somebody else tells you.
Yeah.
And know that other person isn't just waiting to short you.
Yeah. Unless you know, like, if you tell me to buy something, 9 times out of 10, I don't really need too much fucking work to buy it, right? If Wonder tells me to buy something, Julian, any of the big dogs in the chat, I know you guys. I've been trading with you guys for 5 months, right? So it's a little bit different. But if you're just blindly following on Twitter, you don't know the person, you don't have conversations. Like, you got my phone number. We talk on the phone pretty regularly, so I trust your DD. So there's a difference between buying somebody's shit off Twitter because of a hype and buying something because somebody's got your best interest, your portfolio at heart.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I was bringing that up for our newer. I mean, we're getting people every day. I think we're up at like 450 now. Something.
Yeah, we're getting there. Yeah.
I mean, people that are just coming in, like rolling deep earlier was looking sideways about Ader, and Ader's not something that it's not going to burn today. Like you're looking, I like mid January.
Yeah, January. Yeah, I told my buddy Baron too. Shout out Baron if you watch this. He's actually been on a fire. He's BG. He doesn't really come in the chat too much, but I grew up with him, right? And he was having trouble for a couple months, right? Breaking even. He'd take a couple losses, bag held, and then he found out I was trading, joined the Discord. Still was having a little bit of trouble, but this past like 2 to 3 weeks, he's been breaking out, like fully breaking out. Coming in with a plan and taking good trades, and he's an aider with me, and I keep telling him, like, you, if you're risk management, because he's a little bag holding a little bit, so am I. I'm down a little bit. I'm like, yo, if you got to cut it, cut it. He's like, nah, you got conviction, I'm in. And we just been adding and adding and adding. And I told him, I was like, yo, it's going to be probably mid-January, end of January is when we'll see the squeeze. And that's when AMC started its squeeze, right in the beginning of the new year. A little bit later than the new year. So I think that it's going to follow suit and people are going to start to find it. And then it's going to be like the big play of the year.
It is. And the big point is I'm not scared of red. I said it all the time. Red doesn't scare me one bit. I'm not a day trader by my profession. I'm actually an analyst, but red means discounts to me. If I have conviction on something, fire sale. If red puts a smile on my face, if I'm in something and I'm holding it, I mean, what goes up must come down, and vice versa, right? So, I mean, and there are exceptions to every rule. Obviously, if you buy at all-time highs or a bankruptcy, like law of large.
You're asking for it then.
So I like to use the law of large numbers. Most people think that it's called the law of averages, but the law of large numbers would dictate that what goes up must come down. The law of averages is the same law of large numbers. Saying that what affects large numbers must affect small numbers. I don't believe in small numbers. I like big returns. So
yeah, for real.
But and don't be afraid to hold. Like I know we got a couple people that questions like, do you think it's going? Well, it might. I can't tell you what something's going to go down, but I can promise you that it's going to come back up.
Yeah, you got people. You'll see the fear when they're bringing up a swing or something that they decided to swing every day, the same chart, and you're like, dude, just hold the thing or sell it. Like, make sure. If you got a conviction on it, you've done DD on it, you shouldn't be worried about the dips. I took one of my biggest losses in my life on fucking Alf, right? And I had high conviction on Alf, and I just I missed one thing in their spreadsheet and ended up taking a big old loss. And it happens, right? It's gonna happen. If I would have held, I could have gotten out. But I decided to cut it right away because I'm a fucking paper-handed bitch. And as soon as it dropped, I sold, and I sold for a $17,000 loss, and that was that.
But
I mean, it wasn't my biggest loss in my life, but at the time it was, I should say.
But that didn't cripple you either.
No, it didn't cripple me. I make sure that I don't put all my eggs in one basket.
And even at that percentage, I mean, it's not crippling. Hedging is what you were calling earlier, and that's something that people need to do. YOLO is not a way of life.
No.
YOLO is a way to donate all your money to people that know what they're doing.
Yeah, that's how you do it, because there's always going to be a loser, right? You got to make sure you're not the loser, but there's going to be. Every trade, there's a winner and a loser. Yeah.
PW. I love JUPW. Like, it. We got in at what, like $1.70 when we came back in, swinging the second.
Yeah, we got back in the second time. I think I got in around $1.70. I don't know. I know I was at like $1.20 not too long ago. I don't even look at the stock. I look at it like once a month.
I don't either. But my average is $1.30 something now. And what's it?
Yeah.
It's back up.
$1.70 almost. It had like a 20% run today, but it had a run off of like fluff news. So like if it's running like that off of fluff, wait until it's got a real catalyst that hits it.
Psilocybin research or something. What's the news drop today?
some kind of dumb data drop and it ran 20%. So wait until you get an FDA approval and
I'm
you
not
know,
looking at those until mid-January.
yeah.
Like, the herpes medication come out, the cream they're working on, and they got 2 or 3 in February. There's one in March.
Yo, people sleep on the fucking genitalia creams, man. We just had Dare with the vaginitis or whatever.
Well,
Yo, I had somebody DM me and was like, "Yo, look at this stock, right?" And it was a stock that also did vaginal cream, right? And they got an FDA approval and sunk, right? And they sunk on the FDA approval, right? And I was like, "Yeah," but he was like, "Don't you think Dare's going to do the same thing?" I was like, "Absolutely not." And we got a 95% return on Dare.
a month and a half away, you got the contraceptive coming. Then a month after that, I mean, there's catalysts just month after month after month. They're in phase 2.
Jupe W or Dare? Because Dare's got a lot of them too.
There.
Yeah.
W the same way. I mean, you popped up
every quarter from now until next December. There's a catalyst for Jupe W.
I mean, the Dare's got a lot more in a lot more compressed time frames. They have a lot more.
And also Dare's got better backing too. Like, if you were to go long term on Dare, I see no problem with it. If they got Bill Gates backing them, like the stock will never. I think where it's at now is the floor. It's at like 210, 220. When we got in, it was at like. We got in, it was at like $1.60, and it's just gonna, every time it gets a new thing, it's gonna jump up a little bit. It's not gonna be a big fucking 1,000% run because the float's bigger, and it's not as found as a lot of plays because it's vaginitis cream, whatever you want to call it. What their profession isn't as popular as like curing cancer, so it ain't gonna pull like an LGVN where it goes a couple 1,000% in a week, but it's gonna, by this time next year, I guarantee you, Dare's in like the $8 range, bottomed out.
I loaded up today; it hit $1.90.
It did hit $1.90 today. I probably should have snagged some there.
I think it took a little, even more of a dip after hours, but I mean, I loaded that up. I took my profits, and I have more profit than what I have currently invested in what I own still, and even.
I'm gonna pull up Dare right now on my phone. Wow, it's all the way back at $1.86. I'm slapping right now.
See, I took some right there, and I'm not worried about. It can run to $1.
I bet you it's got that freaking. Let me see what the daily looks like here. I bet you the daily looks like. Oh no, it doesn't have the inside bar or the mid candle, but that would have been nice. But
it done really.
But still, look at this where it's holding now. But see where we started. We got in right above this support level in $1.60 or $1.58 to $1.60, and now it's up. It's it's at $1.80. It's got a bigger float. It's not as found as a lot of plays, but if you look at this daily chart, it could bounce off of this support level and come right back up to the 2 as easily. Hopefully, they've got something coming behind this vaginosis cream right away.
Middle of March. Well, you're going to have your commercialization agreement come out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Probably going to be with Bayer. I mean, that's who they're working with. With their contraceptive that's going to reach approval in March. That already has an agreement in place. So, Dare. Somebody put that in the chat the other day. The Bayer thing, like whenever we were waiting, they have an agreement in place that it's approved.
All now.
That's the big catalyst. That's what I'm waiting for. And no matter what, like even after the profit, I can't lose. I took more profit out of that trade than what I already currently own. So it's free money. It doesn't matter if it goes to $1. That means I'm just going to buy more. Like you can't lose on that play knowing what's coming up and knowing that it didn't cost me basically anything. I didn't have this with last week. It came flip.
Yeah, no, it was nice. I know there was a lot of people that were a little skeptical holding into the FDA approval, and those that believed in did their own DD, because that was one of my challenges to everybody in the 1K challenge, was to do some DD on the company, look over some future catalysts, and a lot of people did. They posted their little DD snippets in the chat, and I was very happy to see that. And people that had the conviction and held in with me. I know you did. I know Julian held in. There was a lot of people in there that held because I was seeing profit shots like crazy. Just Cheryl, she was in there. CLCAM 97, Conduzio, all these people that held through the FDA approval. Everyone was paid off handsomely, 95%, anywhere from 88 to 95% I was seeing on the profit shots. So that's nice for a month's return. I can't really better than that.
Patience.
Unless you whip it once 350% today. Today, yo.
Yeah,
today.
You can do that if you're, an options wizard, or that's not has been me, and all the money that I made in the markets that have been in a long time. It's patience. Patience pays. You fight thing, and like I say, I was mentioning earlier, it's like, think about like a spider. Like, a spider doesn't chase its food; it lets its food come to him, right?
Yep.
It's born knowing to build a web and what to do. No, it has a trial and error, and that's everybody. It happens to everybody, but eventually you build your web. That's like building a watch list. And once you've done your DD and you can build a watch list, you wait for a little fly to hit and do a little jingle. And that'll be your little pop go up. You take a small position. Does a spider eat its food right away? No. It'll sit there and wait and let it linger. Because it's got to dissolve everything. It's got to get the juices ready. And then it eats. Just like you do if you wait.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a swing.
No, definitely. Swing trades are definitely a little bit, if you don't have patience and you don't have any, you're like, because I came into the market with like zero patience, and I much blew up, almost my whole first account, and that was just because I was trying to trade options. I wanted 300% today, and that was it. And if I didn't double my account by the end of the day, it was a failed day. And I just watched it dwindle, right? So even now I try to take very little option plays, but if you are, you do want the options, you want to trade options, we got a couple people in the options chain that have been just on fire. I know Julian, just yesterday, Roku 437%, Lucid 63%. Hokage has also been in there. Yeah, I was gonna get to him too. What's his name? Pikachu. Hokage Pikachu. He's been fucking just firing off trades in that channel and just getting it.
What amazes me is to see the progress that people have made.
Oh, yeah,
just in the short time. Probably about a year that I've been, I guess, active. But like it just blows my mind.
Pichu came in, Hokage came into the Discord, and I know, I'm not gonna blow up all of his information, but he was having a rough time, right? Like a lot do when they come into a Discord, and he's come full circle. Last night, me and him were up. He was like 11:30 Eastern time, and he's fucking asking me about patterns and indicators, and he's fucking looking through charts, and he's like, "This looks good tomorrow. This looks good for tomorrow." I was like, "Man, you keep doing this shit, bro. You're gonna be successful. Let me tell you, it's gonna come. You're gonna break out hard.
400% in a month, just by taking time and learning." And
exactly, yeah, his testimonial. Yeah, he's up 465% this month or last month. Like, that's fucking good shit. I love seeing the profit shots when people, bank on these plays, man, or bank even on their own plays. And, it doesn't really matter what play you're banking on, but to watch people come in broken, beat down, they lost their ass, this, that, and the third. And then you just watch, like, and there's so many of them. Little Bull came in, right? Little Bull has just been on fucking fire, dude. The dude got me up like at least 600% since he came here at minimum. Another one, Mary GM, she's been fire too. There's so many of them that just came in here, and Sandfleet, he's been on. I love watching Sandfleet work. That man goes to town in that trade ideas, and he scalps, and he's got he doesn't have a huge account yet. He scalps with a cash account, and he doesn't care. He takes 2%, he compounds it. He
5%.
takes 10 fucking trades a day, small positions, 2%, 2%, 2%, 2%, 1%, 0.5%, does not give a fuck. He takes the profit, and he's been compounding it. And then you look at his P&L on the last profit shot, he 16% on his portfolio in a day. Like, yeah.
That's how you do it, though. I gave you that chart up. Those are reasonable expectations when you're talking about trading and you're getting a proper education, or you go pay for these classes. This is what you can expect. Like you're talking to somebody who is scalping, they're looking for 0.5% in 5 seconds,
Yep.
but they're doing $100,000. You know, you make a lot of money doing that.
Yeah, you get. I mean, I usually look for 1% to 2%, and I'll scalp with anywhere from 50 to 100K in a position, and I'll make my little $1,000 to $2,000, and I'll move on to the next play.
But you could lose that just as fast.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'll keep my stop loss at 1 to 2% though, so I don't mind taking a 2% loss because that's $2,000 or $1,000, and then I make $2,000 on the next one. As long as I have more wins than losses at the end of the day, I'm green.
Like BTC got me a little bit. So I mean, I entered and it stopped me out, and then I got back in and I hit 2 nice scalps off of that, and I made lost.
Which one was that?
EKKT.
Yeah, oh yeah, back in yeah. That was
I bought it like 1580 something, and it stopped me out at like 1560, and I got back in at like 1512, I want to say, and I got out at 29 the first time. I hopped back in at the Wop Pop, and at 44, and I exited at 67, I believe. I mean, those quarters add up real fast.
Yeah.
But if you only lose 14 cents for every 50 cent you make, that it's the law of large numbers again.
Yeah, you're winning.
You just don't want to lose more than you win.
Yep.
We were talking about risking.
That's pretty much the gist of it. As long as you win more than you lose, you don't need to win 100% of the time. You don't even need to win freaking 50. I mean, you do need to win a little bit, like 50% of the time. It's really all you need. As long as you win 50% of the time and your wins are bigger than your your wins are better than your losses, like you have better risk management on your losses, you're good. You're golden.
And my losses won't go below, 10-15% on a stop, right? Unless I'm doing an option, I'll have a little larger, stop loss with an option because it's so volatile. But, I'm not going to lose less than 10-15% on something. I just won't. Like, I can't. But
God, I'm freaking getting slaughtered, bro. This CNTX, I might need to cover this thing. Bro. I'm sweating here, bro.
What's that? What did it run to?
It's at 882, bro. My average is 712. Because I averaged up just before.
Still running?
It's still fucking running. Yeah, it hasn't sunk yet. That's what I'm saying. It's strong. Yeah. It might be strong into tomorrow.
Okay, so you're afraid to hold it one day?
Well, yeah, if you were seeing how much I was down right now, you'd probably be like, oh, yeah, you might want to consider, because I don't want to get liquidated on these motherfuckers.
Are you at risk?
I'm down like almost 30K on it. So
are you at risk of being margin called if it goes another day?
No, I mean, it could go up to $11 and I'd still be all right.
And then you would hammer the hell out of it at $11, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's putting in a sell candle right here, so let's see if it'll die.
Yeah, I mean, did it get some kind of fantastic news or something that you'd be worried about?
It was just data, bro. It had a data release. Data releases always sell off. Unless it's even approvals. Just watch Dare sell off. Like data releases don't hold. They don't hold. They just don't.
Why don't you just read the market open tomorrow, and it's probably going to tank out around 9 in the morning.
But you know what's the fucked up thing is? I put in a cover order. I have my cover order right here, and it didn't cover it. I did the cover, and I logged out, bro, and I thought I was good, and I went to the fucking store, went to Target, got a coffee. I came back home. I cut my cigar. I got dinner cooking. I hopped back on. Like, yo, let me pop on the port real quick, see what's cracking, see what swing plays are doing, and I see fucking minus 25,000. I was like, geez Louise, bro, what did I do? It's like, good thing I got a couple White Claws going here. So,
but I mean, that's only. But again, if you have to hold that more than a day, 2 days, is it really going to bother you? What is going on with PTN? Pull up PTN. I just alerted this as a swing trade a couple days ago, and it was just down like 3%. It just popped 10% in the after hours out of nowhere. I slapped the shit out of it. Sorry. I don't know what the heck just happened there. 8 or 2. I'm just like going through some plays here. So, anyways, we're coming to the end here, y'all. If y'all
we went over a lot of shit. I know you guys couldn't hear much. Kind of sucks. But we're gonna do the podcast again next week. We're gonna do it earlier. We're gonna do it on Tuesday, which is when we're supposed to do it. The past 2 weeks, I've been, I was in Vegas, and then this Tuesday, a lot of the guys couldn't join me, and Heat were gonna do it just us, but then numbers couldn't get on, so we couldn't get the live stream going. Next week, Tuesday, 7:00. I'm sorry if you guys couldn't hear it. We'll bring Heat back on next week as long as he's free. And we'll kind of recap some of what we went over tonight, as well as, obviously other things will pop off. If you guys come across this video and for some reason you decide, you know what, I'm going to listen to, this scratchy noises and this girl yelling at this dude in the background, and I'm going to just pay attention to the whole thing for no reason, hit the link below. Get some fucking education with us. Come in the Discord, have some fun. We make money and we have fun while we're doing it. And if you need some proof, just pop in. It's free. Check the trade recaps. You'll get all the proof you need. You got plenty of proof in there. The proof's in the pudding. We're the most slept on Discord around. It's free. You got alerts coming at you, live. You got people in here that don't even alert for the Discord, but have super in-depth knowledge of the market and alert their trades as well as a lot of education. We got free books in there. You name it, we got it. So hit the link, come join us. And I'm also going to get some videos up this weekend as well. But yeah, we went over short squeezes. We got Ader. We went over, a lot of stuff, in one thing. So if your head's spinning like mine is, go back, rewatch it. And he got any final notes before we close, brother?
No, I want to thank everybody, and I want everybody to know, don't hesitate to reach out if you ever have a question. I'm always available. It's like for the podcast, all it takes is a text, and I'm here. But it's not a question. If you can ask any of the either mods or admins or founders anything at any time, don't ever. There's no such thing as a stupid question.
No, ask them.
So yeah. Never hesitate, and I'm happy to be here.
No stupid questions in this Discord. You guys got a fucking question, you guys already know. You guys all hit me up, and I'm quick to answer. Heat's quick to answer as well. Julian will answer you. Wonder you might have some troubles with. That motherfucker's a busy dude, but he will answer you eventually. Numbers is a busy dude as well, so if you need anything ever, you guys know you got us here. We got your backs in here, as everybody knows already. Love you guys. Hope you guys had a good time tonight. And Heat, it was a pleasure having you on again. Love talking and picking your brain. We'll hop on next week and we'll recap everything when the podcast isn't so fucky.
Yeah, no worries. You have a good night.
Later, brother.